So we're just going to set up the workspace in Maya. We did this in class, but just in case you missed it, or just in case you're using Maya on another machine, first of all, we get rid of things that we're probably not going to use because we're not doing animation. So just getting rid of the time slider, range slider, and command line. Um, then we'll go into our preferences, and I've already got these set up, but just to make sure, having the Z axis up and set to centimeters, this will make it really helpful when we're importing to Unreal Engine 4. Now, some of the problems that I've found from doing this is that when you import polys, you've got to have them set up to the Z axis, and I'm just highlighting these now that make sure they're set to Z. I've done these previously, but now you can see there, this one's not set to Z. So if you hit the Z and just hit apply, um, it'll bring in the geometry, but it'll also default it back to Z going up, so you don't have to rotate them every time. I've just imported some text there, but that's fine. So we're just going to add the poly count, and that's on display, heads up display, poly count, just there. And this will just be handy just to find out how many faces that we have in a scene. Just remember, faces, we're trying to minimize them as a general rule, especially for base meshes. Now, we're going to add central pivot, we're going to add show all and outliner to our shelf here. So holding shift and control and then clicking the button there. Also note that you can get outliner, access it via that button as well. I have it in the shelf just, I guess, just because it's easy access and I can kind of fling the outliner around as much as I like. Doing it that way. You don't really need the outliner, I guess, in the shelf is what I'm saying. I just have it there as an option, just because it means that it's a separate menu that I can kind of move around as I need. Another thing is shading, wireframe on shaded. For a lot of the tutorials, we'll have that there so you can kind of see the edges, making them quite visible. Now, this is an interesting thing that happens every so often. I don't know why it happens, but there's a workaround, which is hitting perspective new and then hiding the perspective camera. Just to be clear, what was happening there is sometimes when you hit Alt and left shift and you try and rotate around a scene, it goes a bit crazy. I find just by adding a new camera into the scene, that makes things go smoothly. So just something to think about there. Again, Maya is a bit of a old and established program. Um, and sometimes you'll find little bugs here and there. It's not to worry, it's just the program plays up a bit, and there's always workarounds. So hopefully we can get through those in class.